My name is Sébastien Sasseville. I climbed Mount Everest, I ran across Canada, and I completed the Sahara race. Happiness is in chosen adversity. I know that. This is how I choose to live my life. But this time, the challenge was monumental. It was the hardest thing I have ever done. I challenged myself to ride across Canada from Vancouver to Halifax in less than 2 weeks. This would mean a little over 400 kilometers per day for 14 days straight, with no rest days and only several hours of sleep each day. To plan and to train for something like this during a pandemic was a massive challenge. Due to travel restrictions and the sanitary measures in place, there was never a guarantee that I would be able to complete the journey. And despite all of that, I gave it my all for months before I got to the starting line. And then, right from the start, the weather unleashed on me. I departed on the hottest day ever recorded in Canadian history. I went up the Rockies at near 50 degrees Celsius, and I almost didn't make it. I'll remember that day for the rest of my life. I almost suffered heat stroke and could have ended up in the hospital. It was by far the hardest day in my athletic career. It took a huge toll on me, and in a normal scenario, it would take days to recover from such an ordeal. But it was only the first day, and the next morning, I was on the bike at 4 a.m. The one adversity I did not choose is type 1 diabetes. Living with type 1 diabetes adds a massive layer of complexity on this grueling challenge. I can sure bring the mindset, but as someone living with type 1 diabetes, I'm supported continuously by my medical devices. Knowing that the team had visibility of my glucose levels through the Dexcom Follow app gave me a lot more peace of mind so I could focus more on riding. As you can imagine, I was crushing calories during the ride. My relationship with food even became a running joke. I mean, I just couldn't get enough. Now, knowing that Control IQ technology on my Tandem T-Slim X2 insulin pump would help to keep my glucose levels in range during these very unusual times also was tremendously helpful, and again, allowed me to focus on what I love to do, riding a bike. It is very clear to me that I could never have done it without the crew and these technologies that helped me to perform at my best. This was a collective effort and success. Extreme headwinds slowed me down so much that by day 7, it had become clear that I wouldn't make it under 14 days. The very day on which I started created a story different than the one I had imagined. I was sad, I was disappointed, but sometimes, when you don't get what you want from life, you get something even greater. I'm proud that I set a massive impossible goal because I know that is why I learned and grew so much. It's always when you face adversity that you understand it's not what we do that truly matters, it's why we do it. And from people following my journey, I realized that I created something bigger than what I would have ever imagined. I started receiving encouragements from all around the globe, people sharing how impactful my ride was for them regardless of my performance. The ride was even inspiring for people who didn't live with diabetes. You also realize quickly that it's not necessarily about adrenaline, medals, or likes. It's the journey within that is most appealing. The inevitable transformation within. Not the possibility, but rather the certainty of finding a new self on the finish line without knowing exactly what the alterations will be. The ride across Canada tested me more than anything I have done before. I secretly had doubts about my capacities to finish the ride, but I came out of it more inspired than ever. The ride helped me to redefine again what I thought was possible. And that's why we need to do these things. That's why we need to seek discomfort. To grow, to learn, to transform. Chase life experiences and create memories with people you love. That's where true joy comes from. I arrived in Halifax 16 days after I left, which is no world record, but still a very fast time. I'm proud of my achievement. But mostly, I'm happy to know that you were around, that you were there for me, that I was there for you. We got to empower kids with diabetes to accept their disease and to make it an ally to reach their goals. We inspired people to take control of their diabetes, to live healthy and fulfilled lives. So may this be for you a moment to take a step forward to pursue your vision, an inspiration to live to the fullest and to never let your condition be a limiting factor. It's your turn now to inspire others.